Let's talk some toys in here.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? It's the Man-Child. Alright, so today for review, I'm going to go over some more Schleich Eldrador Creatures. So yeah, it's these, I've been collecting these for a while on and off. Not something I normally review. A couple videos back, I did get another Eldrador's Creatures 2-pack, similar to this. It was like the lava cracking against the ice bug or beetle. I was surprised in the comments how many people collected these or were interested in them. So once again, this is another 2-pack came on pre-order, just got it in, and I'm like, all right, why not? You know, I'll review it while I'm waiting for some more Motu stuff to come in, because I try to stick mainly to Motu, some NECA things. Anyway, if you're not familiar with a lot of these, they're just basically creatures that are in separate factions that battle one another. So like in this case, you have a rock, and then a shadow, just fires, ice, jungle, that kind of thing. I think these go really great with, as far as collecting, with it like backdrops or diorama pieces. They also go good against 2 to 4 inch figures, or even certain Motu origins, which I showed my my last slide video. So they're good for that kind of stuff, or monsters. Sometimes you got to think outside the box, because it's not like Mattel or certain companies makes these kind of things that go, yeah, what your particular figure. So again, you just look on the internet and kind of come along, up to stuff like this. Anyway, another 2-pack, as I already mentioned. So we have the Rock Crusher versus the Shadow Lynx. And yeah, they look pretty cool. And now, here's a quick look at the illustrations at the back of the packaging. So yeah, once again, we have our Shadow Lynx over here. You can see the Rock Crusher. You can see all the individual item numbers for each of these figures, right? So these on the bottom here, which all 3 of these are out. It's part of the Eldrador series, which I do have. This is the main item number for this 2-pack. And you notice, too, with each of these creatures, they show like shadow images of where so they have their own like dungeons or crates out as well. I don't have any of these. They look pretty cool, but that's what they are. And once again, you can see the item numbers for those if you're interested. All right, so I got both figures or creatures cut out of the front of that box packaging. Yeah, obviously it doesn't have a window or nothing like that. Just cut some bands and you pull them out. So here's a closer look at the Rock Crusher. Now, yeah, there's not a lot to these. Most time they don't articulate. Every now and then you do get particular creatures that might articulate in the mouth or wings or something like that. But anyway, these are, once again, fun for dioramas or kids, or add to your collections. So as far as this particular Rock Crusher creature, yeah, no articulation whatsoever. Pre-posed, so you got the right claw kind of up in a getting ready of attack position. The other, you can see how the other legs are just positioned to, lay on the ground, sit on the ground. But these do have good detail, really good paint. They're tough. I mean, yeah, it's hard. These are something you can really throw around. They don't really chip. Non-toxic, too, I would say. They don't stink. They don't have that, like, really smelly odor coming off like some toys do. That's not healthy or good, Different type of paint they use. Really good mouth, a sculpt as far as the jaw and mouth. Right, sculpted wide open. You can see the necroplasm effects going in paint, green paint inside the mouth. Got teeth sculpted all along the... yeah, open jaw. Form like, yeah, he's just a big rock creature monster. But I love all the textures. And there's 2 types of wash going on. So it looks like the overall creature is like a dark, rock color, gray. And then there's black wash. Or it could be the other way around. You notice, too. And what I really like with this series is just the green crystals. I guess this is their energy crystals. And, of course, they're different colors for different factions, right? So, obviously, the stone creatures are rock or green, but that's pretty cool. Just something just different. See that too? They're like a rubberized. It's just a translucent rubberized coating or mold that's like, I guess, plugged or glued onto the particular creature. So he has a tail on the back again. It's, yeah, you can see, you kind of move it, but it's not meant to. These are, yeah, really hard rubber, by the way. Even the toes. Anyway, so he has like a green, yeah, more of those energy crystals on the back, obviously. I guess that's what we had. Like, we would attack with this, some kind of like, reminds me of a prehistoric ankylosaur, something like that. Anyway. And now here's a quick look at the Shadow Lynx. He's probably my favorite in the packaging. Of all the factions, I think I like the Shadow Beasts and creatures the best. I don't know, just creepy, dark. Yeah, it looks like something to come out of the shadows, right? Type of energy. So yeah, they have the purplish translucent crystals or spines you can see at the top or the back part of the tail. And they also have some of those energy crystals protruding from different parts of the body depending on the figure. So this one has it out of the elbows painted, which is pretty cool. So there's a closer look at that head sculpt. Really cool. You know, just, yeah, I like the way the overall design of it. It's kind of like pre-pose this particular creature, excuse my throat, turned. It would be cool if the head are at least articulated in one of the arms, the pre-posed arms. But again, he has one, he's kind of in a, like a attack position, very similar to the Stone Crusher, Rock Crusher. Let me see. Yeah, good detail. You can see there's on the lower paws, just the claws, how they're sculpted and painted. They're a little darker black. The shadow one too has, it's like a two-tone, like a dark gray with a black wash over it. All right, but even then it has extra detail up on the top of the head and the face, like kind of like a skunk or something. Just white highlights, which is cool. Open mouth. I like the red eyes. Again, you can see all the energy crystals, right? And the tail, the whole tail is one big, all part of that, obviously. Pretty soft. You can bend it back and forth. And yeah, that's pretty much it as far as this creature as well. But good detail, good paint, and I think it's fun. Alright, so moving on to some comparisons and just kind of showing you what other creatures are available in this line. These are only a few. There's like, I'm going to say 10 or 12 Shadow Beasts out, or Shadow, part of that faction. So right, we're already familiar with the Shadow Lynx. So this is a Shadow Raptor, which is pretty cool. Showed this in my last video. So again, you kind of see, yeah, just a Velociraptor as part of that faction. So a lot of these are just real animals I use with this series. Some are mixed up with mythological elements added in and whatnot. But this is a Shadow line. It's probably also one of my favorites. I like the overall design of this. Again, look at the tail, the detail on that. Yeah, the sculpting, all that stuff. And then this is one of the coolest ones, I think, or largest ones. This is the Shadow Dragon, so check that out. Really awesome. And so this one also, yeah, all four of these figures, this one does have articulated wings. So most of the dragons in the series, which each faction seems to get a dragon so far, I think. Yeah, they articulated the wings. Does the tail articulate? Nope. Piece of string on there. And the legs don't either. But yeah, that's at least just showing you a few of the other Shadow creatures part of the series if you're not familiar. And then I also want to bring in the Shadow Rock Giant, I think it's called, or Shadow Giant. So a lot of the factions basically share this type of giant with similar tooling, but there's a lot of differences. So the Rock has one, the Lava series has one. Anyway, yeah, this is their version of the Shadow Giant, I'm going to call it. Now this one too, I brought this in not only for size, but see, so this one articulates at the waist, the mouth articulates, and the arms fully articulate. Yeah, this crystal can be removed, so he has like a powered energy crystal, again, purple, translucent purple, like these Shadow ones do. And yeah, I have a band holding that, so you can see that, open hands. Yeah, all the details on the back, and all the little purple energy crystals, I'm going to call them, coming out. Alright, so once again, focusing on the Shadow Lynx, the last thing I want to do is some size comparisons with various figures. Again, I think that's what's really cool collecting this line, and they can mix in with smaller figures. Now, I don't have Imaginext and stuff like that. A lot of people do, and they would go great with those, or Lego, yeah, the smaller Lego figures and whatnot. Anyway, so once again with the Shadow Lynx, so these are the smaller figures that I do have or collect. Now, this is a 4-inch Spawn. I was a big Spawn collector. I still am, on and off. So this is a comparison between the Shadow Lynx in this case against a 4-inch figure, which goes really great as far as creatures versus figures. Let me get this out of the way. Now, these are Master Universe minis, I think they're called. These are, I think, 2-inch figures. They only made 5 of these. These are pretty cool. They look just like the Origins, the same sculpt and everything. I wish they would make more of these. They're pre-posed, they don't articulate, but they're good for their own thing. They work great on like Snake Mountain to make your play sets look even bigger and stuff like that. But what's fun with these, again, if you have other smaller creatures like Imaginext, or figures rather, these kind of beasts go great with this stuff. So, yeah, in battle, right, 2-inch figure, 3-inch figure against the Shadow Beast. So it's kind of my Motu. Got He-Man, Skeletor, Merman. Sort of look like as far as size against the Shadow Lynx. Right, pretty cool. Get them out of the way. And then I also have some smaller Spawn figures, which are, these are highly detailed, really cool. I think these are 2.5-inch, right? Or are they 3? Closer to 3, whatever, but I think they're 2.5. So that's a size comparison with those figures against that Shadow Lynx, just to give you an idea. And then the last thing I want to try as far as comparisons, of course, bringing a Motu Origins figure in. What better figure character bringing in He-Man? So yeah, I'm a big collector, obviously, and reviewer of Origins. And would these figures or certain figures in this line work against the 5.5 or technically 6-inch figure when you straighten the knees out? And yeah, I think it will go good. Again, it depends what you're going for as far as your diorama setup, but the overall size of this Lynx, even though he's larger against a Motu Origins figure like He-Man or whatever, I think it will go good. And yeah, never mind you bringing the smaller figures, what you can visualize this creature being as far as size. And now, once again, jumping back to the Rock Crusher, here's a quick comparison with a lot of the Rock faction creatures out, part of the Eldrador series. There might be a couple more. These are just the ones I have. So, right, we're familiar with our Rock Crusher. We'll do a figure comparison soon. They also have this Stone Rock Rhino out, I guess. It's cool, pretty cool. So you kind of see the highlights on this. Right now, this one, the head articulates up and down. That's about it. They also have this particular rock creature, which is a little different. So it has a stone on the back. Again, a green energy. Yeah, ram horns in this case. But it's brownish, where everything else is just a stone color. So he's a little different. Now here's the rock giant, which is pretty cool. Very similar to that shadow giant. Same articulations. Similar sculpt beside rock. You can see the moss and stuff. And then again, those power energy crystals, whatever it's supposed to be. Now he also has identical crystal he holds in this arm. Either hand it can go in. Again, it's tied on. I never remove mine. But green instead of purple. Right, mouth articulates, arms articulate, waist, all that good stuff. Pretty cool. And then this is their version of the rock, their dragon. Now he doesn't have wings. Right, which makes sense. I don't know why stone would fly. I guess, why not? Gargoyles do, and they turn to stone. But this one, so you can see all the... I think I showed in my last Schleich video. The only thing with this dragon is the mouth does articulate. So again, you kind of see with certain figures what articulates and what doesn't. Some are more than others, some don't at all. And then, of course, the last thing I want to do is a size comparison with all the figures I have available. Right, so we have the 2-inch, 2.5, 4-inch, and then the 6-inch Motu Origins He-Man in this case. As far as size and scale against the Rock Crushers, already mentioned. I just put everything on a table so we can spin it around, try to save time. So it's kind of a quick look at that setup and the overall scale with this particular creature. So again, this could, depending on what you're going for, what you're visualizing in your collection, he's a good scale to match all of these figures as far as size. Okay, so for a quick bonus and to finish the video up, I just wanted to bring in one creature from each of the other factions. People might be interested in this stuff. So this is part of their ice faction, one of the creatures, just like their ice saber. Take a quick look at that. So again, you can see their energy crystals, translucent blue made of ice. It's a pretty cool figure. You can see how it's pre-sculpted. This one has no articulation. This is part of their jungle faction. One of them anyway. Again, there's several figures or creatures out. I have a couple of them. I think this is their, I'm going to say jungle dragon. And this one too, let's see, is the articulate? The mouth, no, the mouth doesn't, but these two larger tentacles do. So that's pretty cool. That's a larger beast. This is part of their, this is one of their creatures for the water faction, which is pretty neat. Octopus, right? Now does his head move? Nope, just the arms go up and down. He did have a weapon too, so he can hold weapons. Even Motu Origins weapons in the hands, the way they're sculpted. Very similar. All right, and then this is their, like, fire lion from the fire faction. This is really cool looking. Again, but pre-posed, the paws going forward. Not a bad thing, depending on what you're trying to do. It would have been neat if the paws that are going forward in an attack position, if they had articulation when they go up and down. I mean, I guess if you're a customizer, yeah, there's a way to do that. You can cut in here, put a pin, and just make it articulate if you wanted to. But anyway, I just wanted to bring in one of those of each faction. Okay, so that's about it, and that's my overall review on the Schleich, Eldrador Creatures, Rock Crusher, and Shadow Lynx 2-pack, or, yeah, box set. Yeah, pretty cool. Again, they're neat to have, mixing your diorama against smaller figures from 2-inch all the way up to, yeah, 6-inch Origins figure. Yeah, they work great, I think, with Legos or Imaginext or any of that stuff. Just if you want to collect mythological creatures, they're good for that, too. I like them. They're neat, different. So I appreciate everybody watching. And until next time, take care.